So for Agnihotra, the fire exactly at time of sunrise and sunset, first you need a copper pyramid. Of course, this is a used pyramid, so it's a little bit black. A new pyramid looks like that. You see the copper. And then we need some cow dung, some cow's ghee, and some grains of rice. So what we do is, first we put one piece of cow dung flat on the bottom of the pyramid, so that when I add the rice later, the rice will fall off on the cow dung. And then I arrange the cow dung pieces in such a way that air can pass easily. This is not an exact science. There are different ways to do it. Main thing is air should be able to pass. So I can use this much cow dung would be already enough, but if you want a bigger fire, then you can add more cow dung. And just make sure that still air is passing. And then we take one piece which we set on fire. So we first apply a little bit of ghee. And when I say ghee, I always talk of cow's ghee. It has to be pure cow's ghee. Otherwise the effect of Agnihotra will not be there. They did some experiments here in Pune in Ferguson College and substituted cow dung with buffalo dung, cow's ghee with buffalo ghee and so on, and Agnihotra did not have the effect. They tested that with applying the resulting ashes to germinate seeds. And then this piece of cow dung I set on fire. By the way, we only use matches. We do not use lighters, because in lighters you have the effect of petrochemicals, which we do not want. Okay, this cow dung is a little bit moist because yesterday there was some rain, so it does not catch fire immediately easily. But this is why we start the fire well in time, say 4, 5 or even 6 minutes before the time of sunrise, sunset, so that if that happens, you still can start again. And then we can also add a little bit more ghee to the other pieces of cow dung, and we insert this piece after it catches fire. At the time of sunrise, sunset, there should be already a nice flame, so that the rice which we offer to the fire will be consumed by the fire, ideally immediately. And normally, I mean, Agnihotra works in whichever direction you sit, but normally it's best to face east. So this is east, we are facing east. You could also face west in the for sunset and east in the morning, but that's more complicated, especially if at home you have one place where you normally do the fires, so it's easier to just face one direction. So that is east, so we face east. Now we still have 2 minutes to go. You see now the fire is developing. And then what we offer to the fire is some rice. And this is organic rice, less polished. And we only use unbroken pieces, akshat. And here with this rice I already selected the rice, so I took out all the broken pieces. So this is just the unbroken pieces of rice. And I add a little bit of ghee to the rice and mix it. And then I make 2 portions. You could also do that in a small copper dish, but you can also do it in the left hand. By the way, you do it in the left hand because the offering has to be done with the right hand. Also, left-handed people do the offering of Agnihotra with the right hand, because left hand, right hand have different energies. And for Agnihotra, we need the energy of the right hand. So now I have these 2 portions of rice, to which I applied a little bit of ghee. And then at the exact time of sunrise, sunset, I start with the first mantra, then add 1 portion of rice and ghee to the fire, then second mantra, again 1 portion of rice and ghee to the fire. And the exact time we find out with this little app on the phone called Agnihotra Buddy, which gives you the exact time of sunrise, sunset for each and every place with just a few clicks. Very easy to do. Now we still have 20 seconds and we start the process exactly at the time, exact to the second, because then we get most of the energy. Now it's 10 seconds left. And after I do the mantras, we keep silent for some time, just concentrate on the flame. Agnaye svaha, Agnaye idam namama, Prajapataye svaha, Prajapataye idam namama. So if you want to do Agnihotra just for your plants, for your environment, you just perform Agnihotra, and theoretically after you do the mantras, offer the rice to the fire, the process is done. You could get up and leave. But if you want to get most of it for yourself also, it is good to sit as long as the flame is there and look into the flame in order to get the energy. Okay, so we live in a time of big problems on this planet. Biggest problem is the environmental pollution, and this little Vedic fire helps a lot to purify our atmosphere, our water resources, our soil. It is very beneficial for all plants, and it is also beneficial for our human health. One thing is, most people nowadays are very much stressed because, you know, you live in a city like Pune, Bombay, Delhi, whatever, New York. There's so much stress around. And this is what people feel, and it leads to a pressure on our mind. When you perform Agnihotra, this pressure is relieved, and that helps your psyche, your mind, but it also helps your body, because the stress affects, all bodily functions. So that is a very good thing, also to become calmer and become more healthy. And the ash can be used for plants, but also the ash can be used as a medicine. You take the ash in water, drink the water, that helps you to purify your system internally. So it is a very simple tool, takes 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening, but has great effects. The only thing is, it needs a little bit of a discipline. It needs the discipline to get up before Agnihotra, and in the evening to structure your days in such a way that you can perform Agnihotra at sunset. Some people would say, oh, I don't have the time. I do not even have the time to breathe. For these people, just do a trial for 3 weeks. Perform Agnihotra for 3 weeks, make it a plan, arrange your life in such a way that you can do it. And then you will say, okay, see these 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening as an investment. And you see, you will get out much more time, because your life, you will be less stressed, you will be more efficient, you will be able to do more things. So even for those people, or especially for those people who do not have much time, that is a wonderful tool.